What if I told you the Chicago Bears are quietly plotting a defensive takeover that mirrors the legendary speed of Roquan Smith, while a franchise staple might be packing his bags? The Windy City is buzzing with draft secrets, coaching shakeups, and a cryptic social media post that has everyone questioning the future of the tight end room. Stick around because the landscape of Bears football is shifting beneath our feet as we speak. Before we dive into these bombshell updates, make sure to like this video, share it with your fellow Bears faithful, and hit that subscribe button to stay locked into the best Chicago coverage on the web. Let's get right into the trenches because the scouting department is working overtime. There's one name that is skyrocketing up draft boards, and the Bears are clearly obsessed. His name is Shad Jr., the standout linebacker from UTSA. Now listen to this, the Bears have already met with him twice, including a sit-down at the American Bowl. In the world of NFL draft scouting, that isn't just checking in, that is a massive flashing neon sign of interest. Why are they so high on him? He's a freak athlete. We're talking about a guy who clocked a blistering 4.44-second 40-yard dash and was literally a two-time junior Olympic national triple jump champion. At 6 feet 1 inch and 230 pounds, he is built almost identically to Roquan Smith, and he even returned kickoffs in college because he's just that explosive. He flies all over the field with a nasty demeanor that Chicago fans crave. Last season at UTSA, his stat sheet was absolute insanity. He finished the 2025 season with 94 total tackles, 56 of which were solo. But it doesn't stop there. He snagged 3 interceptions and 3 fumble recoveries, proving he is a takeaway machine. Add 10 quarterback hits, nearly 8 tackles for loss, and 2 sacks to that resume, and you have a complete package linebacker who can blitz, cover, and hit. With the current injury clouds hanging over the linebacker room, specifically the devastating news of a suspected Achilles injury for Noah Sewell and the uncertainty around veteran T.J. Edwards, adding a high-IQ playmaker like Banks isn't just a luxury, it's a necessity. If Ryan Poles pulls the trigger on him in the mid to late rounds, he might just find the steal of the 2026 draft. Does it feel like this kid was born to wear a Bears uniform? Or is it just me? We have to talk about the massive ripple effect coming out of Pittsburgh that is shaking our coaching staff to its core. Mike McCarthy has officially signed on as the head coach of the Pittsburgh Steelers. While that might seem like AFC news, it hits Chicago directly because of Al Harris. He is currently our defensive backs coach, and let's be real, the man is a wizard. He's the reason guys like Trayvon Diggs, Darren Bland, and most recently Kevin Byard turned into absolute ballhawks. But here's the problem. McCarthy and Harris go way back to their Green Bay days. They have a deep player-to-coach bond, and McCarthy was the one who gave Harris his first big break in the NFL coaching ranks. With McCarthy now in Pittsburgh, reports are surfacing that Al Harris is a primary target for their defensive coordinator opening. Losing a coach who specializes in creating NFL interception leaders is a nightmare scenario for this young secondary. Harris knows how to get into a player's head and teach them the art of the pick. If he heads to the Steelers, he might even try to lure some of our impending free agents with him to a scheme they already know. Question of the day: if Al Harris leaves for Pittsburgh, which current Bears defensive back do you think would be the hardest hit by his departure? Drop your answers in the comments below. I want to see what you guys think. Finally, we have to address the elephant in the room that has the internet on fire. Kmet took to social media and posted a message that simply said, "Love you, Chicago." Now usually, that's just a nice sentiment, right? But in the context of trade rumors and a declining stat line, it feels like a final goodbye. Let's look at the cold, hard facts. Since Kmet signed that massive contract, his production has taken a sharp dip. Last season, he was held to just 30 catches for about 347 yards and 2 touchdowns. Compare that to the rising superstar Colston Loveland, the 10th overall pick from the 2025 draft, who exploded for 713 yards and 6 touchdowns on 58 receptions. Loveland is younger, faster, and has quickly become Caleb Williams' favorite security blanket. The rumor mill is heating up with the San Francisco 49ers potentially looking for a veteran tight end while George Kittle recovers from a long-term injury. If the Bears can move Kmet's contract to save nearly $8.4 million in cap space and pick up a 3rd or 4th round draft pick, they might just take the deal. It's a tough pill to swallow for a local kid who grew up a Bears fan, but the NFL is a business, and the rise of Loveland has clearly made Kmet a luxury we can no longer afford to keep at that price point. It's a wild time to be a Bears fan. From the potential arrival of a defensive monster like Shad Jr. to the possible departure of staples like Al Harris and Cole Kmet, the 2026 season is already shaping up to be a roller coaster. We need to stay vigilant because Ryan Poles is clearly not afraid to make the big moves necessary to get this team back to the promised land. Whether it's through the draft or the trade market, the identity of this team is evolving right before our eyes. We are building something special, even if it means saying goodbye to some familiar faces. Would you like me to research more details on potential defensive coordinator replacements for Al Harris in case he leaves for Pittsburgh?